The Eagles are a cross-cultural missional movement that's cleverly disguised as a soccer club. We use the game of soccer to build teams, to walk with people, to build relationships, and we've just seen incredible fruit through gathering together around the game of soccer. The role that we've played is we've moved coaches into neighborhood, and these communities are incredibly diverse, and so soccer is just this great bridge that we use to connect people. After 3 years of living in this community, I've just seen the Lord work in really mundane ways, where you show up on a Tuesday night at a soccer field and you see kids who haven't had a mentor in their lives, and all of a sudden they're getting a coach that loves them, that's speaking life into them. They're getting to hear the gospel for the first time.
You know, as much as we canvas, knock on doors, whatever we do, the Lord ultimately brings those kids and families to our field. So recently this summer, we've had one of our biggest events yet with over 125 kids there. And I just continue to be in awe that the Lord is bringing them to our field.
And so we started this team, and guys who didn't know Jesus but loved the game of soccer, and these guys just kept showing up and kept showing up, and over the course of time they started to believe. And so then we invited a couple of these guys to this Ohio trip. In that Ohio trip, they really got to wrestle with, man, is Jesus real for me, and am I gonna follow him? And so it's been cool to see those guys say, yes, I am.
One of my first impressions of Plaza was, before I ever stepped foot in this building, was seeing them serve in our neighborhood.
People at Plaza have served quietly, they've served genuinely, they want to know about the health of our ministry, about the health of kids.
Dylan is one of the kids in our neighborhood that his family has lived in our neighborhood for a few years. About a year and a half ago, Dylan started coming to Plaza with Colin, and what kind of started out as every few weeks, every now and then, turned to every week. Dylan was here at Plaza and Plaza Kids. Recently, in the last few months, Randy was in our neighborhood for an event, and Dylan saw her and said, hey, she goes to my church. We want that for all the kids in our neighborhood to be able to call, whether it's Plaza or other church, their church in my home. And ultimately we want them to call Jesus their savior and their friend. You know, I've seen how the Lord has changed my own life through the way Jesus died for me and redeemed my life, and I want that same redemption and new life for my neighbors.
And maybe my charge to people would be like, you don't have to move into this neighborhood, and you don't have to do anything radical to take up the call to go and love your neighbor, right? You can do it in your own community. I would encourage people to slow down and to get uncomfortable. That those are two things that if you're willing to do that, like, the Lord will use you in loving the people that are around you.
When you love someone, you love what they love, and Plaza has really loved me and Colin really well.